folks, welcome to ASAS The Topic Explorer, and today we will be continuing with browsers that will make you ditch Chrome, part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1 of browsers that will make you ditch Chrome, go ahead and watch it as I've given the links in the description box below. As I mentioned earlier, in descending order from 5 to 1, we were and will discuss about browsers that are basically better than Chrome, which is very worth it for anyone to try. In part 1, we are done with browsers from 5 to 3, which were Opera, Vivaldi, and Brave. And the rest, top 2 browsers, will be discussed today. To mention, the browsers are based on proper research and my experience as I've used all those browsers on my PC. Before we get to the point, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notified when I post my new videos. As well as follow my Dailymotion channel, and I've given the links in the description box below. The reason Kmelon has taken the second place in our list is not because it's just as secure as Opera, Vivaldi, and Brave, but instead it is open source. That means it has a big community behind it, and that is a very big deal. And that's because open source always have something that for-profit applications don't, like Chrome, as it's obviously owned by Google. You should have probably guessed, but if not, well, it's the community. I know what you're thinking. How can a community be a browser's advantage? Well, there are a number of advantages of a community. The first advantage would be that it's very easy for developers to be part of Kmelon. Open source browsers tend to have more emphasis on security and privacy, while browsers developed by commercial companies eventually are there to make money for the company, usually in the form of advertising. They are closed sourced, or some of their third-party components are closed source, not allowing the public easily to see what's under the hood. In many times, crucial to identify and solve security and privacy issues in short time or at all. And at the end, to make advertising more accessible for developers, they might make compromises in the fields of security and privacy, as we often find out. As a developer, it's also easy to be part of the community and help an open source browser like Kmelon to be developed. Another advantage Kmelon clearly has over Vivaldi, Opera, or Brave is that it is very easy to use in terms of user interface. And to be specific, it is very easy to enable cookies, Java, JavaScript, as well as block inappropriate pop-ups. And of course that makes Kmelon a privacy-focused browser as well. The next browser that has also taken the crown in our list is Epic Browser. The reason Epic Browser is in front of Opera, Vivaldi, Brave, and Kmelon, Epic Browser is always on Ignotia mode, and guess what? That's the first advantage. So if you're really worried about your information being sold to third parties in other browsers, then this is the browser you should go for, as it's just totally privacy focused. The browser also comes with an inbuilt VPN that's surprisingly much more faster and reliable than the Opera's inbuilt VPN, which is purely based on my experience, as I've used both of those browsers. And the main reason why Epic Browser's built-in VPN is way better than Opera built-in VPN is that Epic is fully focused into privacy, while of course Opera also focuses on privacy, but they do not fully focus on privacy. Meanwhile, Epic fully calls its browser as a privacy browser, so they really do care much more privacy than Opera. And another big advantage Epic Browser has over any other previously talked browsers is that it has a similar user interface to Chrome, and that's because the Epic Browser is based on Chromium. So if you are looking for an alternative browser that is faster and better in every way compared to Chrome, the proper alternative to Chrome is not Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, but instead it is Epic Browser, as it is very fast, and as I said before, you really don't need to learn about new interface, just because Epic Browser simply just looks like Chrome, as its interface looks more like Chromium, which is of course the base of Chrome. If you're a Chrome user and looking for an easy alternative to Chrome, then Epic Browser is the way to go, as you really don't need to learn to how to use the user interface, as I mentioned earlier that Epic Browser basically looks like Chrome. So that makes it very easy to move from Chrome to Epic. Another and the last advantage of the Epic Browser is that since they have concentrated more on the privacy area, they have kept their user interface very simple, which, as I mentioned earlier, looks like Chrome. So it's very easy to use, and since they haven't concentrated more on the UI side, it makes the user interface very simple, easy to use, and at the end it makes it faster than Chrome. In fact, Epic has made its settings much more simpler than Chrome. So as I said, that makes Epic Browser even more responsive than Chrome. Being an Indian, I'm also very proud to say that Epic Browser is based on Bangalore, India, which means it's the world's first Indian browser to compete internationally against all the other browsers in the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed the video. And I've given both KMLN and Epic Browser's download links in the description box below, where you can go right away and download it. Bye, and until I see you in my next video, keep exploring what interests you in life. Peace.